Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333862. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important national affairs of June month. The session will be very important and helpful for all of you, so do pay attention till the end of this video. Also friends, I'll suggest you all to start making notes, because making notes is a very good habit that will fetch you a very good return in the long term, as before the exams you can easily revise all the notes that you have been making since the time you have started your preparation. So without wasting time, let's start. First news is Bharat Drone Mahotsav. Recently this Bharat Drone Mahotsav, which was one of the biggest drone festival, or you can say it was one of the biggest drone mela that was held in New Delhi. In New Delhi too, it was at Pragati Maidan where this festival was conducted. Also remember, you have to focus that we are talking about drones here. So if we discuss some other questions related to drone, that where was the first ever drone mela held? First ever drone mela. This first ever drone mela was held in Gwalior, that is in Madhya Pradesh. Then the first state that has selected or that has approved the use of drones in the healthcare sector, it is your Uttarakhand. All right. Also the import of drones were banned. Only import for research and developments can be done for the drones. So recently remember Bharat Drone Mahotsav, it was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it was the India's biggest drone ever festival that was held in Pragati Maidan. All right, and it was Bharat Drone Mahotsav. Location was Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. This was 2-day long festival that held from 27th to 28th of May. Over 1600 participants attended this particular Mahotsav, including the government officials, the diplomats, armed forces personnel, public sector units, the businessmen, the entrepreneurs, drone startups, various other companies also participated in this particular Mahotsav. At this Bharat Drone Mahotsav in New Delhi, E-Plane company, that is an aviation and aerospace component manufacturing company, displayed a static prototype of E200, that is India's first flying taxi. Important. Which is the company that is launched their static prototype for the flying taxi, that is the India's first flying taxi? It is E-Plane company, and the product that they launched was E200. Moving on. Next, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. As the name suggests, this is basically for providing jobs to the youth of India. All right, recently this Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program was launched, and this was extended now till the fiscal year 2026 with an outlay of 13,554 crore rupees. In this, the aim is to create more than 40 lakh jobs under Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. Two questions: what is the full form of this PMEGP, and this has been extended till which year? It has been expanded till fiscal year 2026, that is from 2025 to 2026. This has been extended with an outlay of 13,554 crore rupees. How much employment will be generated? 40 lakh jobs will be generated. The extension of the scheme is over 15th Finance Commission cycle of 5 years, that is from 2021 to 2025. At the states and union territories will be, all the states and union territories will be covered under this particular scheme. This is your Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program. If I ask you, India's first, or you can say the first Nepal Bharat Gaurav tourist train, it was flagged off from which location? It was flagged off from New Delhi. Moving on, if we talk about PMEGP, the Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, it is the flagship program of the Ministry of MSME sector that was implemented to facilitate the generation of employment opportunities for unemployed youth across the country by assisting and setting up of micro enterprises in the non-farm sectors. Similarly, how they will getting jobs? They will be getting jobs by skills, and for skills they need education. So remember, for education also, recently Andhra Pradesh government has signed an MOU with Byju's. Andhra Pradesh government signed an MOU with Byju's for the government school kids. For the government school kids. Next is PM Cares. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a program or a scheme, that is PM Cares for children. Alright, this scheme is specifically for children, for kids who lost parents during COVID-19. Alright, to all the children or kids who lost their parents due to COVID-19, this scheme PM Cares was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Under this scheme, 4,000 rupees per month for basic requirements will be provided for schooling. Higher education scholarship will also be provided to the children who lost their parents during COVID-19. PM Cares also provides educational loans to the children for professional courses or higher education courses. There were 9,042 applications across 33 states and 611 districts, according to the dashboards of PM Cares for Children website. Out of them, 4,345 were approved across 31 states and 557 districts. So what is this PM Care scheme? This is basically for children scheme for all the children who lost their parents due to COVID-19, and it was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Next, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Recently, NHA, that is your National Health Authority, has launched an online public dashboard, that is Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. It is one-stop solution for all the information on mission's progress of a particular program. Highly important. We are talking about NHA, that is your National Health Authority. They launched a flagship program of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, and it is Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission Public Dashboard. Alright, and this dashboard will be providing real-time information about sharing of information to act as one-stop solution for all the information on the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission's progress as state or union territory level. Alright, that means all the progress that has been done will be shown on the dashboard, or indirectly we can say all the information now will be publicly available for the general public, so they can access and they can have the right to know that what is the progress going on this Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Alright, this was launched by NHA, and it is your Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission Public Dashboard. NHA, under the flagship scheme of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, launched this public dashboard. Highly important, remember this. This dashboard will display information on core registries under missions such as Ayushman Bharat Health Account Numbers, Healthcare Professionals Registry, and Health Facility Registry also. This is built on the core principles of accessibility, transparency, inclusivity, and interoperability. This is your Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, for which a Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission Public Dashboard was launched for providing one-stop solutions to the information on this particular mission's progress, and this was launched by NHA, that is National Health Authority. Next Next is BRO. BRO's project Vartak has completed excavation of Neptune Tunnel in Arunachal Pradesh. This Neshifu Tunnel, it is located in Arunachal Pradesh, and who is building this? It is BRO. And what is the project name given to this particular Neshifu Tunnel that is being built in Arunachal Pradesh? It is Project Vartak. Next, Supreme Court of India has recognized sex work as a legal profession now. This is important. You have to remember that recently Supreme Court of India recognized sex work as a profession whose practitioners are entitled to dignity and equal protection under the law. The three-judge bench led by Justice L. Nageshwara Rao directed an order passed after invoking special powers under Article 142 of the Constitution. If we talk about some of the articles, because recently we have seen that our new 15th President of India has been made. She is Draupadi Murmu. Alright, so if I ask you what is in which article there is a mention of the President of India, so it is Article 52. Article 53 is related to the executive power of the Union of President. Article 54 is related to the election of President. Article 55 is related to the manner of the election of President. And Article 56, it is related to the term for which President will be appointed. And Article 61, it is related to the impeachment of President. Where do I personally learned from this impeachment article? Because of the Donald Trump scenario. If you remember, there was an impeachment done on the Donald Trump, and also from that only you have to remember that Donald Trump is the president of USA, and from USA's constitution only we have taken the concept of impeachment. Alright, so this is how you can remember Article 61 for impeachment of president, and we have taken this from United States of America. How can you remember? Because Donald Trump was the president who was impeached recently, and this comes under Article 61. Next, Ministry of Defense and Bharat Dynamics Limited sign a defense contract for supply of Astra Mk1 BVR AAM. What is this? Let's talk about it first. It is your Ministry of Defense that have signed a contract with the Bharat Dynamics Limited. So MOD signed a contract with BDL, that is your Bharat Dynamics Limited, and what they will be supplying them? They will be supplying Astra Mark 1 beyond visual range, that is BVR, and AAM is your air-to-air missile. So this Astra Mark 1, this is the name of the missile for which recently a contract was signed between two organizations. They are Ministry of Defense and Bharat Dynamics Limited. This Astra Mark 1, it is a beyond visual range missile. It is an air-to-air missile that you have to remember. Question can be asked whether it is a surface-to-air missile, air-to-air, or air-to-surface, whatever. Alright, you have to remember this. It is a air-to-air missile. Alright, and this will be equipped in the Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. This contract was signed under the BY, that is your Indian designed, developed and manufactured category, and it is worth around 2,971 crore rupees. So coming back for Astra Mark 1 missiles. Alright, Ministry of Defense signed a defense contract with Bharat Dynamics Limited. Next we will be talking about the world's first nano urea plant that will be set up in India. Highly important. This will be the first of its kind in the world, and this will be set up in Gujarat. The company that this will be setting up is this IFFCO. So 3-4 things you have to remember. IFFCO will be setting the world's first nano urea plant. Where this will be set up? This will be set up in Gujarat, and IFFCO will be setting up it. Who inaugurated this? It was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Alright, he inaugurated the world's first nano urea plant by IFFCO at Kalol, Gujarat, where this will be located in the Kalol district of Gujarat. This facility is dedicated to the nations during a ceremony held at the Mahatma Mandir, that is in Gandhinagar in Gujarat. With this inauguration, India became the first country globally to start commercial production of nano urea. Highly important. Alright, highly important. Next is India's first lavender festival was inaugurated in Bhadrawah, Jammu and Kashmir. This is also important. If I ask you where do we celebrate Ambubachi festival? Ambubachi festival. This is celebrated in Assam. If I ask you where was the first ever lavender festival inaugurated, it was in Jammu and Kashmir, and that too in the Bhadrawah district of Jammu and Kashmir. It was the India's first ever lavender festival. Alright, next Next is Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has commenced the 2 months long Har Ghar Dastak campaign 2.0. This is important. What do you have to remember? Har Ghar Dastak campaign 2.0. This was a 2 month long program that was started by which ministry? Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It is Har Ghar Dastak campaign 2.0. What is the reason? As it is to accelerate the pace and the coverage of COVID-19 vaccination across all the eligible age groups in all the union territories and states of India. That means so that people should get more and more vaccine, so that they are more or they are less susceptible to COVID-19 and they develop more immunity towards COVID-19. This program Har Ghar Dastak campaign 2.0 was launched. This Har Ghar Dastak 2.0 will be implemented from 1st of June 2022 till 31st of July 2022, and the objective is to vaccinate and cover the eligible population groups of first, second and precaution doses through door-to-door campaigns. Alright, and I personally suggest you all, to all the students who have not taken the COVID-19 vaccines, to definitely and go and take the dose, because it will help you to boost your immunity. Moving on. Next is Supreme Court has banned the mining within 1 kilometer radius of the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Important decision taken. So 2 decisions you have to remember for Supreme Court. That first was that that sex profession was made legal, and this mining within the 1 kilometer radius of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries has been banned. So these 2 you have to remember, they are important. Next we will be talking about Shrestha. Recently, Union Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Dr. Virendra Kumar, as you can see him in the picture, has launched the scheme Shrestha. Highly important. Alright. This Shrestha, what does it stands for? First of all, you have to remember the full form. This is Scheme for Residential Education for Students in High Schools in Targeted Areas. This is your Shresth. This was launched during an event in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Shresth was created in response to the constitutional mandate to provide quality education and opportunities for the poorest scheduled caste students. Highly important. This is the aim. This is the objective of the theme of the scheme, that is Shresth. So what is Shresth? First of all, the full form that you have to remember. Second, why was it created? It was created in response to the constitutional mandate to provide quality and better education opportunities to even the poorest scheduled class students. Alright, in order to provide quality education and opportunities to the poorest scheduled caste students, this Shrestha scheme was launched, and the full form is Scheme for Residential Education for Students in High Schools in Targeted Areas. Scheme, alright, theme, not theme, full form. Highly important. Remember this full form. Next, Chandigarh Administration's IAF has signed an MOU on Heritage Center. What is IAF? Indian Air Force. Alright, recently Chandigarh Administration and your IAF, that is Indian Air Force, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding on the Heritage Center in Sector 18. So Indian Air Force signed this MOU with Chandigarh to set up the first of its kind Indian Air Force Heritage Center in Union Territory of Chandigarh. All their equipments, all the old technologies, their weapons, the small parts of the defense sector that will be commissioned in this particular center, where general public can visit and enjoy the museum. It will be a kind of museum, you can say. So remember, simulators, decommissioned aircrafts, aero engines and other Indian Air Force artifacts will be housed in this facility. Virtual reality and artificial intelligence will be used in this center, and this has been set up where it is in Chandigarh. So question can be asked, to set up this heritage center for Indian Air Force, IEF has signed an MOU with which organization or with which state? It is with or which city? It is with Chandigarh administration, where this will be set up in the Union Territory of Chandigarh. Next is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a global initiative, that is LIFE. I want you all to remember the full form of LIFE, that is Lifestyle for the Environment Life Movement. Alright, the theme, the full form is Lifestyle for the Environment, that you have to remember the full form of this LIFE. Highly important. This LIFE emphasizes the replacement of the prevalent economy, that is use and dispose, with a circular economy of reduce, reuse and recycle. If you remember, we used to study about 3 R's. What was that? reduce, recycle and reuse. Basically, in order to bring our economy on these three terms, that is reduce, recycle and reduce, we want our economy to be a sustainable economy. We should help the environment, and we should make all the products or any product that we have been making in the economy, it should be sustainable and it should be par with the sustainable development goals that we have set up. Also friends, if you remember, India has taken a very big step recently that from 1st of July all the single use plastic will be banned in India. All right, so remember, the people opting this lifestyle are registered as Pro Planet People P3, and they will be working on reduce, recycle, reduce under this life movement, that is lifestyle for the environment. Next, world's largest educational metaverse and Bharat blockchain network, that is BBN, was recently launched, and which is the world's largest educational metaverse. It is named as Polyversity. This Polyversity, that is the world's largest educational metaverse, has been launched by Dharmendra Pradhan, who is the Minister of Education. Alright, and BBN, that is Bharat Blockchain Network, that is India's first nationwide hybrid blockchain network, is built by IDS. Coming back, Polyversity, it will be the virtual university, and it is India's largest educational metaverse with over 100 academic partners establishing virtual campuses, including the AICTE's campus. Coming back, so two name Bharat Blockchain Network, that is a BBN, and Polyversity were launched by India. DBT, Gates Foundation, has renewed a pact to speed innovation for global health. What is DBT? It is Department of Biotechnology. They have recently signed or renewed their memorandum of understanding with Gates Foundation. All right, that is your Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This is an NGO that has been working rapidly towards eradication of polio from the earth. So coming back, remember, it was Department of Biotechnology and Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation have renewed their memorandum of understanding for developing new preventions, therapies and interventions to solve health, food and nutritional inequalities. If you remember, recently Bill Gates was awarded with Hilale Pakistan Award. This Hilale Pakistan Award was presented to Bill Gates for its NGO, that is Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that has been working rapidly toward eradication of polio from the earth. Next we will be talking about Nano-Covax. Nano-Covax, remember, this is an important vaccine that you have to remember, because this is the India's first COVID-19 vaccine for animals. I repeat, what is the name of the India's first COVID-19 vaccine for animals? It is Nano-Covax, and it was developed by Indian Council of Agriculture's Research Department, that is NCRE, and NCRE is your National Research Center on Equines. So it is your National Research Center on Equines of that is the department of ICAR that has developed this Nano-Covax, that is the India's first indigenously developed vaccine for animals. Next, Udan, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. This Udan has completed recently 5th anniversary. Remember it directly. What is Udan? It is a central government scheme, that is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Under this, the Common Man Fly, the name is Let the Country's Common Man Fly. It is recently celebrating their 5th anniversary. What is this basically Udan scheme? If I tell you that people can communicate between two states or between two locations in our country at a affordable price and in short period of time. This is Udan, that is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. And it has completed how many years now? It has completed a total of 5 years. Moving on, Gujarat Gaurav Abhiyan. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched multiple development projects during the Gujarat Gaurav Abhiyan in Navsari. Just remember the news, this will be helpful for you. The project will be aid in improvising the region's water supply, as well as it enhance the connectivity and improve ease of living for the Gujarat's resident. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated also the headquarter of InSpace, that is your Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center in Bhopal, that is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. He was accompanied by Union Home Minister Amit Shah to the ceremony also. Apart from this, if I ask you, tell me Sao Jao Festival. Sao Joao Festival. Where is this celebrated? This Sao Jao Festival is celebrated in Goa. Then Ambubachi we discussed, it was in Assam. Then India's largest floating solar power project was commissioned where? India's largest floating solar power project was commissioned in Kerala, and this was commissioned by which company, or which company is developing this India's largest floating solar power project? It is Tata Power. It is Tata Power Solar that is developing this India's largest floating solar power project in Kerala. Next is direct to mobile and 5G broadband convergence roadmap for India. Recently, Indian Institute of Technology that is in Kanpur has recently collaborated with TSDSI that is Telecommunication Standards Development Society of India to organize a conclave on the direct to mobile and 5G broadband convergence roadmap for India. This was done at Akashvani Rang Bhavan auditorium in Prasar Bharati in New Delhi. So coming back, you have to remember two organizations name that have recently launched a conclave that was on direct to mobile and 5G broadband convergence roadmap for India. It was done by two organizations and they are IIT Kanpur that is Indian Institute of Kanpur and second is your Telecommunication Standards Development Society of India. That means how can we bring 5G broadband in India and how can we provide this facility to the people and various organizations working in India. This is the first time that next gen broadcast technology on smartphones and other smart devices will be demonstrated and joint white paper on direct to mobile broadcasting by IIT Kanpur and TDSI and Prasar Bharati will be released. White paper is basically that what this particular project is all about. That is a legal paper and it tells about all the facilities, all the services and the processes that that particular project will be providing. That is your white paper. Next, we are talking about Bharat Gaurav scheme. Recently, Indian Railways has launched their first train under Bharat Gaurav scheme that was flagged off from Coimbatore North Railway Station that is in Tamil Nadu to Sainagar Shirdi, Maharashtra. This is the first private train service that is basically on the aim to promote domestic tourism to the people of India as well as all the people who are coming from abroad countries to India for tourism purposes. If we talk about the train has 20 coaches including first, second and third AC class and sleeper coaches. The train includes a doctor to attend any emergency on board. So this Bharat Gaurav scheme that is to provide tourism or to in order to improve the tourism sector in India and to show people religious places all over India. This Bharat Gaurav scheme was launched and under this the first train was launched that was from Coimbatore North Railway Station in Tamil Nadu to Sainagar Shirdi in Maharashtra. Next is Railway Protection Force RPF have rescued 150 girls women under Operation Mahila Suraksha. So what is Mahila Suraksha and or question can be asked this Mahila Suraksha Operation Mahila Suraksha is of which force? It is of Railway Protection Force. Alright, until now 150 women and girls have been rescued under from being human trafficked. That means from human trafficking these 150 women and girls were rescued by Railway Protection Force. The Pan India drive that means it covers whole of the India. Operation Mahila Suraksha was launched from 3rd to 31st of May 2022 with aim to ensure the safe and secure travel of women over the Indian railways. Next news is regarding Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh became the first Indian state to approve the policy for drones. Alright, and we have discussed the first state to approve the use of drones in the healthcare sector. It was your Uttarakhand. Alright, and this was recently this drone policy and public use of drones was approved by Himachal Pradesh recently. It was Himachal Pradesh drone policy of 2022 which was approved by Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh Jairam Thakur. Next, Assam celebrates Baikho festival for good harvest and rain. So for Assam also we celebrated another festival that was Ambubachi festival and recently Baikho festival was also celebrated in Assam for good harvest and rain. So remember this festival is predominantly celebrated by Rabha tribes. Rabha is a Tibeto-Burman agriculture based community who resides in majorly lower Assam, Garo Hills, Daur region of West Bengal. Next, remember unemployment rate has dipped to 8.2% in Jan-March 2022. The report was released by NSO that is your National Statistic Office survey. Just remember the data that is 8.2% and that is specifically for Jan to March month of 2022. Alright, just take a note of it. Next is we'll be talking about recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated Underground Gallery of Revolutionaries Museum at Maharashtra Raj Bhavan. I repeat, at Maharashtra's Raj Bhavan, an underground gallery of Revolutionaries was recently. This was a museum that was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Also, if we talk about museums, we have two of museums others that have been lined up. First is it was your for lined up for discussion for revision. All right, not for construction or they will be coming up. First was your museum for former prime ministers of India that is located in New Delhi, and second is National Museum for Customs and GST. All right, this National Museum for Custom and GST is located in Goa, and this museum for former prime minister is in New Delhi. And now other underground gallery of revolutionary museum that was set up at Maharashtra's Raj Bhavan. Next, Delhi airport has introduced RFID enabled tag to track the check-in luggage. In India, the Indira Gandhi International Airport, also we remember it was the first airport in India that is now completely working on renewable energy, and they have targeted year 2030 to become carbon neutral. Now they are working on hydro plus solar energy. Also remember, Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi introduced a radio frequency identification enabled baggage tags which will give passenger real-time information about the location of their luggage. The RFID technology will be personalized and help arriving passengers keep track of their check-in luggage. So important. Where was this RFID facility? First of its kind set up at the airport for luggage. It is in Indira Gandhi International Airport. Next, 12th Wto Ministerial Conference was held at Geneva. This was co-hosted by two countries as it was held in Geneva, that is in Switzerland. So, Switzerland along with Kazakhstan co-hosted this 12th World Trade Organization ministerial meeting. Next is Nippon. If we talk about Nippon, you have to remember the full form of Nippon. Nippon is National Initiative for Promoting Upskilling of Nirman Workers. I repeat, National Initiative for Promoting Upskilling of Nirman Workers. This will provide, under this scheme, the workers will be provided, or the construction workers will be provided with various skills, various facilities. They will be told how can they save on the construction work, how can they save time, how can they make or improve the quality of the buildings that they have been making, or how can even they save the material that they used to waste earlier without knowledge, because it's just about knowledge. So all these skills, all these trainings will be provided to those construction workers under the scheme that is Nippon. This scheme was launched by Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri ji, and this was a project for skilling construction workers that was called Nippon. All right, in collaboration with National Skill Development Corporation, that is the nodal agency of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, this program, that is your Nippon program, will be implemented. And Nippon is to train more than 1 lakh construction workers through fresh skilling and upskilling programs and provide them with opportunities in foreign countries. Next is, we just saw that the first airport that will be functioning entirely on hydro and solar energy, it is your Indira Gandhi International Airport, and they plan to become fully carbon neutral by the year 2030. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Vanijya Bhavan and Niryat Portal. I repeat, Vanijya Bhavan and Niryat Portal were recently inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Highly important. This Vanijya Bhavan, it is the new premise or the new building for the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and this Niryat Portal, it is your national import-export record for yearly analysis of trade. These two things, this Niryat Portal that will keeping the all the record of the import and export on yearly basis, and new premise for the Ministry of Commerce and Industry building that was launched, that is Vanijya Bhavan. So these two things were recently inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Next, Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan has completed 2 years. Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan, that is scheme launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during COVID-19, and the aim of this scheme was to provide financial help by providing employment to the various people, those who lost their job during COVID-19. Under this, a period of for 125 days, jobs will be provided, or you can say Rozgar will be provided to the people. Amount of 50,000 crore rupees were given to the economy to provide a boost. And because we know during COVID-19 everything was in lockdown, all the businesses were shut, all the construction was down. So those people who live on daily basis will have to be provided work on daily basis in order to provide them money for their consumption of food and other work. Next, Padma. Padma was an automated pay and allowance module for Indian Coast Guard that was recently inaugurated by Rajneesh Kumar ji. That is the Controller General of Defense Accounts. Highly important, Padma portal will be asked to you that an automated pay and allowance module Padma was launched for which forces? It was launched for Indian Coast Guard. Next, Goal 2.0. Recently, Meta, that is a new name of Facebook, and Tribal Affairs Ministry launched the second phase of Goal 2.0 to digitally skill the tribal youth. Alright, in order to provide the youth with the digital knowledge and to bring their businesses on digitally or on the digital network, this Meta, that is the new name of Facebook, has tied up with Tribal Ministry. Next, we will be talking about India's first fractionally owned solar power plant. This was launched by PYSC, and where is this located? It is located in Karnataka. I repeat, India's first fractionally owned solar power plant that was launched by PYSC. It is located in which state? It is located in Karnataka. So friends, that's all for the day. I hope you have enjoyed our session. If you have learned and understood many new things, many information for your exams that will be helpful for you, if you think that will be useful for you, all you have to do is comment below and let us know what are your views on such sessions. If you want us to continue with such topic wise videos on daily basis and to bring more and more interesting topic and current affairs news, then all you have to do is comment below and let us know. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.